Well, you know what they say about cross-channel bot battling? It gets nuts. Welcome back to Hexbots Heat L. Last time we saw the revenge of T-Bone as he gains 11 points, and Category 5 with 7 points. And somehow, Dudley with 6 points, as he moves on to the 3rd place bracket. Now next up we got 2 channel robots, one actually really updated and the Series 1 champion. We got Kingslayer, newly updated Dark Matter, based around Robotics. ROTATOR, last year's New Blood Tournament champion, Aquatic Disaster, and runner-up of the Hexbots Tournament, Aquatic Disaster, and Absolute Tyranny. Well, in any cases, let's get started with the Series 1 champion, Kingslayer, up against Dark Matter. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. Dark Matter up to speed, and Kingslayer coming back after a full year. The weapon on Dark Matter falls off. Well, that's already it for Dark Matter at this point. Kingslayer trying to get the lift on Dark Matter, but well, nothing is working. Dark Matter trying to retrieve his weapon, but nothing too well. Already the design. Whoa! What a one wheelie there from Dark Matter. Now coming back in with a new design. Well, I guess it just doesn't work. It gets stuck on the shelf. I guess that's just going to be an easy win for Kingslayer. What a fight for him, and to start things off. Cease. And that was all she wrote for Dark Matter. As their weapon broke, they just got stuck. Kingslayer, can their Series 1 performance get them back into their fight? As thankfully they didn't lose their first fight, that's something. In any cases, next up we've got Aquatic Disaster against ROTATOR. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. ROTATOR and Aquatic Disaster up to speed. Nice hit there from Aquatic Disaster to the front of ROTATOR. ROTATOR definitely looks like he's a favorite to go through, and same with Aquatic Disaster. A nice hit again there from Aquatic Disaster. The New Blood champion winners of last year, as you might have guessed, and the runner-up of Hexbots Hunters also from last year. So all the plays for Aquatic Disaster looks like it's having drive trouble on one side. Maybe his gear got loose thanks to ricocheting itself, or maybe it was something from ROTATOR. The ROTATOR finally coming back after a long, rather boring season. And the weapon has stopped on Aquatic Disaster. That has happened a lot last year. And there was a panel off of ROTATOR. However, it looks like ROTATOR is stuck. Yeah, the weapon's spinning, the wheels are moving, but it looks like Aquatic Disaster is also going to take a three-pointer. And thankfully, Aquatic Disaster did win, but at what cost? If you're wondering what happened with it, it's basically like this little drive gear right here. It like misaligned itself, and then that was how it lost part of its drive. But thankfully, it was still considered movement, so Aquatic Disaster did win the fight by a knockout. Well, next up, we've got Kingslayer back in the mix as he takes on Absolute Tyranny. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. Absolute Tyranny moving out of the way. Kingslayer trying to get a lift, but it doesn't work. Tries to do it a second time. Can it do it a third time? I mean, yes, it was technically the charm, but it looks like Absolute Tyranny is still moving. I'm probably going to get it confused with Aquatic Disaster, so excuse me. Anyways, Kingslayer trying to push around Absolute Tyranny. There goes a wedgelet off of... Well, there goes both wedgelets off of Kingslayer. I'm surprised it didn't fall off of Absolute Tyranny. And Kingslayer trying to lift Absolute Tyranny. Didn't do anything. The cameraman really sucks right now. Absolute Tyranny getting away. It lost a wedgelet, however. And it was supposed to be a crusher, however, it broke all of a sudden. I don't know why. And anyways, oh, nice grab there by Absolute Tyranny, using the little hook thing on the top of it to anchor, or at least attach itself onto Kingslayer's weapon. Interesting design here for Absolute Tyranny. However, it only has drive on one side. However, any type of drive will be considered movement for the series. Don't forget that. We're still at least somewhat going by the old rules of Battlebots. Okay, none of that anchor or Minotaur versus Witch Doctor, like, bull crap. Anyways, well, there goes the little floppy thing off of Absolute Tyranny. Kingslayer with a big charge. Trying to lift Kingslayer, but Kingslayer is... Or no, Absolute Tyranny. Kingslayer trying to do it again. But he gets pinned up there by Absolute Tyranny. Can Kingslayer prevail? Can he maybe do anything to Absolute Tyranny? It lifted it multiple times, and it has not got a successful lift. It grabbed it. However, it didn't do anything to Absolute Tyranny. Kingslayer trying to do something. It pushes back. Absolute Tyranny trying to move out of the way, but Kingslayer just eyeing him down, and it looks like they're just stuck on the wedge. Oh, I guess that's going to be it. Kingslayer survives, and I think their battery's starting to run low. But Kingslayer win. Well, that was at least something. Kingslayer survives with their battery nearly dying, and Absolute Tyranny, they did put up a good show against Kingslayer, so that's at least better than nothing. Now, next up, we go on to the cross-channel mayhem. We've got Aquatic Disaster and Dark Matter. Can Dark Matter finally get off their 3 points and maybe their another potential losing streak? Or will Aquatic Disaster still show that they still got some power behind that weapon? 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the cross-channel fight begin. Dark Matter and Aquatic Disaster up to speed. I'm surprised we haven't had this fight sooner last series, ever since Aquatic Disaster came into play. However, now they're both in their actual livery for their respective channels. So, here we go. Dark Matter lost their weapon in their first fight. That's pretty embarrassing. But now they're coming back strong, and they're doing some nice shots onto Aquatic Disaster. Aquatic Disaster, however, not letting up, and a nice little ram there from Dark Matter. Can they at least do something to Aquatic Disaster? They push them, and Dark Matter get themselves stuck. Aquatic Disaster, still renowned as a champion, believe it or not, of last year. And Aquatic Disaster goes up on the wedge. What are they doing? Can they get free? Can they get free? I don't think so. Dark Matter eyeing them down. And this looks like it's going to be a knockout win for Dark Matter. So Dark Matter finally wins at the Battle of the Cross Channels. Dark Matter pulls it together and brings out himself some 3-pointers. Now he gets himself to second place. However, with his next fight against Rotator, can he hang on to it? Or will it be broken by Rotator? 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin. Rotator and Dark Matter up to speed. Rotator now going with their top blade. To start things off, they don't have 2 blades anymore. Just 1, because they gave it to Category 5, and they just lose their front panel as a start. Oh dear. I guess they're going with their top blade to counteract with the big spinner on Dark Matter. I don't know. I'm making garbage up as I go. Rotator. The nice little hit there onto Dark Matter. It removes another piece off of Rotator Dark Matter. Dark Matter trying to push back. It pushes back Rotator. That's something nice to say. Rotator still being pushed around, but still doing the damage with its little cutting disc. However, it's not doing much. Dark Matter pushing back Rotator. Rotator trying to regain consciousness, and a nice hit there from Rotator. Dark Matter trying to do something nice hit there from the both. However, nothing too big happened. Dark Matter keeps hitting the wall for some reason. I don't know why. It's a bad control there. But I guess in terms of damage, it's definitely Dark Matter. Because Rotator haven't done anything so far. They just, like, do little chips on the back of Dark Matter, and then that's it. A nice hit there, again there, from Rotator, and Rotator trying to evade, trying to do damage. It all seems like Dark Matter is just doing the work right now. Rotator is barely working in this fight. And that's a shame. I think they could have just went with their undercutter look, since I think that would have been at least more effective than the top spinner. Because then they could just pierce the tires, and then there you go. But Dark Matter still trying to go around. Nice hit there from Dark Matter again. Can Rotator come back into this? They're slowly but surely dragging themselves out. A big hit there from Dark Matter. And again onto Rotator. Rotator trying to evade. Can Dark Matter actually take off the weapon on Rotator? Because it can pop off, but I highly doubt, because Dark Matter doesn't have the weapon power. It's stuck on the wedge, however. So can they get free? Well, not really. The fight is going to end here, and Rotator are going to take a 3-pointer. What a fight for Rotator. And well, the simple answer is no. Dark Matter still is barely hanging on, with 3rd and 2nd place still in the balance for them. However, might be beaten out by Aquatic Disaster and or Rotator. However, Aquatic Disaster can probably prove something. They're in 3rd place. However, they might still hang on, maybe to a judge's decision, if they could beat their next fight with the champion Kingslayer. This is actually a rematch from the tournament last year, with the 14th and 19th seeds, Kingslayer and Aquatic Disaster. Kingslayer won by just lifting Aquatic Disaster, and vice versa. So let's see who wins in this rematch. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the champions rematch begin. Aquatic Disaster and Kingslayer. Last time it was Kingslayer who took the knockout win against Aquatic Disaster. Kingslayer going up on the shelf. That's not a good start for the champion of Series 1. Series 1. That was almost 2 years ago. I am old. I'm telling you, people, we're getting old. Even I hate admitting it. Aquatic Disaster with a nice hit there to the front of Kingslayer. And Aquatic Disaster's only plan, keep that weapon face planted in front of a big hit, or lift there from Kingslayer, but Aquatic Disaster recovers. How did Aquatic Disaster recover from that? I mean, I think that was Kingslayer's fault. Nice lift there again by Kingslayer. Trying to do something. It lifts Aquatic Disaster. Aquatic Disaster, they said they want to keep their weapon pointed at him. There goes a track on Aquatic Disaster, all to play for Aquatic Disaster's downfall. And the winner to this grudge match. We should maybe do a grudge match sometime after the season. Kingslayer loses a wedgelet, though, and lifts up Aquatic Disaster once more. Kingslayer trying to do something. A nice hit by Aquatic Disaster. Trying to do something. Kingslayer gets its little mandibles bent out of shape, so that's not looking good for the champion. A nice hit there again by Aquatic Disaster. Aquatic Disaster trying to do something. Can Kingslayer do a lift? It can't lift. The team has told me that they can't lift. What? Oh, how? How the hell could the lifter not lift? Kingslayer, the Series 1 champion, they're on the wedge and they're stuck. And they're going to lose this fight. Aquatic Disaster going to win the grudge match. And Aquatic Disaster lives up to the name of the lyrics of Live and Learn, hanging on the edge of tomorrow. Aquatic Disaster hangs on, and Kingslayer has been defeated once more. First El Diablo, and then all of a sudden was Whiplash, and then I think there was another robot, Thunderstrike, Whiplash, and now Aquatic Disaster. Aquatic Disaster finally pulls off a knockout, now getting himself up to 2nd place. Dark Matter still hangs on, though. As well, next up, we've got Absolute Tyranny up against Rotator. And don't worry, Kingslayer's weapon is still working. It was just stuck. Thank God. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the battle begin. I'm still in shock and awe after that last fight, but that's irrelevant right now, as we got Rotator and Absolute Tyranny. Absolute Tyranny trying to get past Rotator, but Rotator is still up to speed. They're using their undercutter this time, and to good effect. There goes the little wedgelet fronts on Absolute Tyranny. Absolute Tyranny can't exactly now pick up Rotator without those wedgelets. And, well, they just got stuck on the wedge. I think they just said they just want to call it quits this season. Well, Rotator, I gotta get another 3 points. Things are just going wrong right now for Dark Matter, as Rotator now leads with also 6 points, so now a 3-way tie with Robots with 6 points. Might be a 4-way tie if Dark Matter could pull it together to win against Absolute Tyranny. But if Absolute Tyranny wins this, I'm just going to lose it. Dark Matter, just please win. I don't know what might happen. If Dark Matter could actually get the 3 points that he needs, then maybe he can go to a Rumble with Rotator. But I'm not too sure. But let's find out. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. Dark Matter versus that f***ing robot. Absolute Tyranny. Absolute Tyranny trying to get away. Dark Matter with a nice little hit there to the front of it. Absolute Tyranny, can he do something? A nice hit there from Dark Matter. Their championship hopes, Dark Matter, are on the line. I mean, Absolute Tyranny are already probably going to be out of the series. That is if they don't pull something off in their last 2 fights. Here against Dark Matter and against Aquatic Disaster later on. But now, Absolute Tyranny being pushed into the wall by Dark Matter and its weapon. Dark Matter trying to improve their season, but it's not going as smoothly as we think. Yet again, it is their last fight. So at least if they don't make a good impression, then we could see Dark Matter leaving the series. However, it gets its weapon back up. Can they do something to Absolute Tyranny? No, it can't. It hits the frickin' wall. Are you serious? Your robot enemy is right there. Hit him! Stop hitting the wall! Are you f***ing serious, guy? Absolute Tyranny is right there. And you missed like 3 times. And there you go. A piece comes off of Dark Matter's weapon. Yeah, that's a Lego piece. It has come off of Dark Matter, so that's kind of sad. Absolute Tyranny trying to push. Am I in disbelief? It's trying to push Dark Matter. But Dark Matter is just not giving up. It's not letting its championship hopes die. Yet again, if Rotator loses in their final fight, then we can see Dark Matter at least go to the 3rd place battle. I think Absolute Tyranny, yeah, they're stuck. I think Absolute Tyranny, yeah, they're done. And it looks like Dark Matter is going to take a knockout win. They might survive. And I'm saying they might survive till the end. Cease. And Dark Matter, inches away from losing, just barely makes it to 3rd place. Might not exactly be deserved because of how their performance was rather sucky today. But Dark Matter has definitely come a long way with its design, how they engineered, how they passed their flaws. I don't know. I would definitely say Dark Matter may be a bit of a dark horse going into this. But now Absolute Tyranny comes back with his last fight against Aquatic Disaster. Take a guess if Aquatic Disaster wins this. 3, 2, 1, activate. The bot battle begin. Oh, excuse me. Aquatic Disaster up to speed. Absolute Tyranny trying to do something. A nice hit by Aquatic Disaster. How long do you think that weapon will last? Maybe like a minute. I might say. Aquatic Disaster trying to do something. Absolute Tyranny doing little ramming itself into the wall. At least Aquatic Disaster doing a better job of not slamming himself into a wall like Dark Matter. I guess because his weapon has a bigger radius. And a nice little grapple there from Aquatic Disaster. However, Aquatic Disaster hasn't done, well, damage-wise, hasn't done much. And Absolute Tyranny trying to take advantage of it. No, well, never mind. There goes a wedgelet. Almost, the eyes remind me of, like, Tantrum. Well, I might as well just give the points to Aquatic Disaster because Absolute Tyranny is doing nothing. And there goes the other wedgelet off of Absolute Tyranny. And, well, there you go. Absolute Tyranny, more like absolute shit. Because that's basically what it is. I already said that in the New Blood tournament. I'm saying it again now. Absolute Tyranny, I thought they would look impressive, even with just one drive and just absolutely nothing going on. But I digress. Absolute Tyranny now being pushed back by Aquatic Disaster, whose weapon is actually still moving. I know, you hear to hear, folks. The weapon on Aquatic Disaster is actually working for a full fight. I mean, I guess it was against Dark Matter, so I guess there you go. Aquatic Disaster coming in with a nice hit there, trying to put Absolute Tyranny onto the wedge, and well, there you... Oh! Absolute Tyranny gets down, but I guess not. Well, them's the breaks for you. Aquatic Disaster with the 3 points. They go on to the tournament. And that will settle it. Aquatic Disaster goes to the tournament, and Absolute Tyranny is going to be out of here. What can maybe change for Dark Matter if he can hang on? If Rotator makes it to a judge's decision, even if he loses, he will go on to the 3rd place bracket. However, if he loses by a knockout against Kingslayer, then, well, he could be out of here. But all will stay on for Dark Matter, maybe, as we got Kingslayer up against Rotator. 3, 2, 1, activate. Let the bot battle begin. Rotator up to speed, and Kingslayer looking a little bit more cautious. They're a little cautious of trying to go in with the weapon. Ever since their loss in their little champions clash against Aquatic Disaster, Kingslayer, and thankfully they said their weapon is, yeah, there you go. Their weapon is still working, so thank God. Otherwise, well, we have already just said call it quits for the champions of 2 years ago for Series 1. Kingslayer trying to go after Rotator, but Rotator just saying, no, I want to die. Well, I mean, if so, Rotator doing anything. Kingslayer, what are you doing? Kingslayer, stop! Why? Why are you doing this? Kingslayer, are you serious? You could have left Rotator there and let him take the win. Oh my god. Well, in any cases, Kingslayer trying to do something. It tries to get a left. You could have left them there. I guess not. Kingslayer trying to lift them, but doesn't do anything. Kingslayer, I thought we would have seen more from them last series, but they just lost in their first fight as a defending champion. Keep that in mind. Rotator being picked on by Kingslayer. Kingslayer, we thought we would have seen much from last season, but they didn't do a good amount. There goes... Oh, wait, no, that's the front panel of Rotator. I thought that was the front wedgelet of Kingslayer for a moment. I don't know why. But yeah, Kingslayer looks like they might be taking 2nd place in the overall tournament. Might I digress. And Rotator, if they could at least win by a judge's decision loss, then their season might be saved. And I'm saying might, because it's going to take a lot. Anyways, Kingslayer trying to lift up Rotator, but doesn't do anything. Why? Well, Rotator gets themselves stuck on the wedge, and I guess that's it. No, no, no. Oh my god. Kingslayer, what the hell are you doing? Just let Rotator just die peacefully in the wedge. And Kingslayer, oh, I thought their weapon stopped for a moment, but I guess not. Rotator, still up for grabs. There's still plenty of time in this fight before, you know, it can at least go to a judge's decision. And for me, going from this fight, Rotator hasn't done much. And if anything, it's mainly Kingslayer that's doing all the work. All the damage, all the control, except for the fact that he brings himself out of the wedge. And more likely staying more aggressive. Okay, I kind of lied. Maybe more aggressive is maybe Rotator, because they still got their disc and they circle around Kingslayer like a shark and attack him. The only shark we only have are gone. Well, I mean, if anything, we're going to a KO. Oh my, Kingslayer lifting Rotator, but it's going to be too late. We go to his decision. Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered a judge's decision. They awarded it unanimously to the winner, Kingslayer. Truly a heat in the stages. Dark Matter will unfortunately have to say goodbye, and well, I wouldn't be saying goodbye to Absolute Tyranny, because they're absolute crap. As Aquatic Disaster goes through with 9 points, Series 1 champion Kingslayer with 8 points. Not exactly that impressive, but still good for a champion. And well, Rotator will go to the tournament with 7 points. Win-win. In any cases, stay tuned for Heat M, as we got Sergeant Tankshell and Rusty. We'll see you in the next one.